Good morning. My name is Adena Danuf. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm your Director of Lifespan Religious Exploration. And I have a question for you today. Who here doesn't like to wait? Yeah, waiting is hard. I saw a lot of those hands go up. I think it's safe to guess that as long as there have been people have struggled with waiting. Sometimes the wait is hard because you really want something like cookies in the oven, right? And then other times it's hard to wait because you really don't want something like that COVID booster in your arm. Go out and get it. Yes. Different kinds of waiting bring different kinds of feelings, and different kinds of waiting require different types of ways to handle that wait. I have a few small examples to share. So sometimes the wait is small and we find that things can help us through. Like my daughter Lonan is a year old, and in our house we have some things in the kitchen that she can play with while we're making meals. We have toys and instruments, and we have this old pot that we don't really use anymore and some utensils that she can stir in. Oh, how cute that is. Well, then one day we were cooking and she was getting really mad because she was hungry, right? Hangry, we call that sometimes. She was having trouble waiting. So we put a little snack in that pot, a couple of Cheerios or something, and she was so happy and excited about this new way to have a snack. And she was distracted and she forgot she was waiting because she was doing something different, and it made it much easier. So much so that then the next day, she asked for another snack in the pot. And now every time that we go into the kitchen, she pulls out her pot because she knows it will help her wait, or because she just really likes snacks. I don't know. But sometimes the wait is bigger, right? Bigger than just waiting for a meal to be made. And sometimes we find that people help us through. When I was in school, I used to ride the bus to school. My bus driver's in this room. And I was supposed to be at the bus stop at a certain time, but then I just had to wait for the bus to actually get there. And this was a long time ago, so we didn't have cell phones, we didn't have tablets. I had to just stand there and wait. And I would wait at the bus stop all by myself, and I was super bored waiting for the bus each day. And then somebody new moved onto my street. And so then they had to wait for the bus every day too. And at first we kind of stared at each other every morning. Have you ever had that moment, somebody new, and you're just kind of like, this guy. Okay, but then we started to talk and we started to play with each other. And before we knew it, we were actually excited to go and wait. We were excited to wait together. And sometimes we didn't even want the bus to come because we liked the waiting part so much. Having someone there to talk to and to be with helped make the waiting less difficult. And then there are times when we feel like the wait for something feels huge, like waiting for your birthday, or waiting to find out how you did on a test, or if you're going to get a raise, or waiting for a baby to be born. You find your own way to make it through those times. Some of the things that we do while we're waiting in those times are spiritual practices. Some people might write in a journal every day. You might walk outside in nature while you're waiting for something to happen to take your mind off of it. Surprise, you're doing spiritual practice work and you might not even know it. Yay! Reverend Kayla is overjoyed for those of you at home. So the whole month of December is sometimes called the season of Advent, which means that you're waiting for the arrival of something. In this case, Christmas. And in a lot of cases, people do special things around this time to help with the waiting or to honor that waiting period. So as we spend this time together, maybe you're waiting for Christmas or for Hanukkah or for the shortest, darkest day of the year to come and go so we can get that sunlight back at night. I challenge you to find ways or people that make your waiting more exciting if you don't already have some. And I hope that we can all enjoy this time of waiting together. Thank you. Let's go to class.